Hey, everybody. Welcome to one last Sharp Tongue episode. Yes, I realized I said we weren't going to be in the studio, but alas, here we are. Alas, here we are. Cooler heads prevail. We're here in the studio one last time. We got the Dr. P stethoscope in the background, signifying that it's an official Dr. P episode. We have a bunch of questions. But there's also some things that are happening that I have to just get right into. Before I do that, make sure you come see me live. I'll be in Rochester, New York this Friday and Saturday for a fundraiser for mental health. It's at the Eagle Grove. I don't know what it's called. You just have to go to my website, jessimae.com, for tickets. May 2nd will be in Rochester, and May 3rd will be the charity basketball game. So 2 nights, 2 great causes, both to raise awareness and funds for mental health and mental illness. Check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I have a bunch of other dates coming up in the fall, and we're adding some for the summer as well. So jessimae.com for tickets. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click rate the podcast if you can. Give us a little 5-star situation. We truly appreciate it. Anyways, let's get into what the hell is happening with Bill Belichick. What's happening with Bill Belichick? Did anyone see this interview? His girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, shut down a question about how they met during an interview with CBS. Now, before I get too deep into this, I asked people on my Instagram to tell me how they think that they met. Because that was a question that stopped his girlfriend, Jordan, dead in her tracks, who's sitting in the background like some creepy teacher's assistant watching the class misbehave. What are you doing in the background? And are they in a school? Is she still in school? It looks like they're in the classroom. And why does Bill Belichick look like he's a hostage? His shirt is torn. Girl, you're rich. Isn't he a sports person? Doesn't he do like the Patriot thing? He does the Patriot thing. How does he not have Patriot money? He's in here in a ripped shirt, probably from Jordan Hudson, which sounds like a fake name. For sure, a call girl. It's giving call girl energy. It's giving a battered housewife, and Bill Belichick seems to be the battered housewife. I'm telling you, something's fishy in this river, and I don't like it. I don't even watch sports. I know that Bill Belichick is a sports person. He don't look right. And it makes me think of Whoopi Goldberg from Ghost when she goes to Demi Moore. She's like, girl, you in danger. That's how I'm going to pop up in Bill Belichick's dream tonight. I'm going to be like, Bill, you in danger. Danger. Bill, you in danger, girl. You got to get away from this high-class, quote-unquote, escort girl. Who's Jordan Hudson? Does anyone know how they met? It's a very fishy situation. When I found out about this, I'm like, this is just creepy. There's like a 300-year age difference, a huge age gap. Bill does not look good. I thought the whole point of being an older man and getting a younger girl was the fun of it. The energy, the sex, the lack of conversation, because girls at that age don't really know what they want or who they are. This man looks tormented. Am I the only one who thinks that? Let me know if I'm wrong. But who's the guy, the famous football person? Tom Brady. Where's Tom? We need Tom Brady to enter the chat. Tom, what the heck is going on with your boy? He don't look so good. He looks like Brie Larson from The Room. He looks like he's been in a sex dungeon for a few months, and I'm genuinely concerned. We need to do a health checkup on this guy. Because I'm telling you, people are crafty. These women are crafty. She looks like a crafty girl. I could be wrong. Watch something come out and I'm completely wrong. This is just my gut reaction. I have no idea what's happening. I haven't looked into it. We're having fun. Before anyone goes nuts, we're having fun. This is all my hilarious, joyful guess as to what's happening. Bill Belichick don't look so good. He doesn't look like a man the way a man should look when he's hanging out with a 27-year-old or however old she is. He looks like he's minding his P's and Q's. Maybe they're into this. Maybe it's some fun S&M stuff. Maybe she's like controlling him and he likes it and he's like calls her daddy. Maybe it's some Alex Cooper stuff. We don't know. Somebody let me know. I'll tell you guys what the people in the chat said, because I asked people, I said on my Instagram, once in a while, I'll do these interactive things. How do you think they met? Because that's a question. When the interviewer asked Bill Belichick how they met, Jordan from the background said, we're not talking about that. So I said, well, guess what? We're going to talk about it, girl, because something ain't right. This is what people on the interweb said on my Instagram. Deb answered a couple. What'd you say? Deb said, okay, where did Bill Belichick and Jordan Hudson meet? Spirit Halloween. I could see that. I could see that being a thing. If Jordan Hudson was working the register and Bill Belichick was going to go dress as someone who wasn't hated in every other state besides his own sports state. Deb is back for a second suggestion. Deb also said Craigslist, which probably isn't far off from the truth. Josh said Chuck E. Cheese. Probably her birthday party. Bill Belichick was probably there with somebody else's kid. Saw Jordan Hudson and thought, oh, this will be fun. Cut to 5 months later and he's in some sort of grifting situation. Ty Maley said she was his aquatic aerobics instructor for senior fitness classes at the Y. That seems very possible. That seems like a probable situation. And I realize here I am trying to be a doctor and fixing Bill Belichick. Classic Dr. Peluso move. EDM 41687 says she was working in a massage parlor when he came in. It would have been funny if you said ... her hands. I don't know if it would have been funny. It would have been equally as gross, but all I'm saying is we might work well as a team. My bestie from the restie, Aaron, said the only way they could have met is OnlyFans. Oh, that's actually, my girl Erin is a lawyer, I think she's still practicing law. She's going to have to if she's my friend. She's going to have to stay in the legal system for a while to help me out. But she's a smart girl, and she might be right here. OnlyFans. It would be so obvious, but I could see Bill Belichick swiping through OnlyFans and settling on this girl who might just be a freaking menace. God, what's happening? She looks like the mom from Sixth Sense that was poisoning that girl's soup. Remember that actress? I forget her name. She was on like some popular show, and then she had that opening scene from Sixth Sense, and the mom was doing Munchausen by proxy. I think Bill Belichick is being Munchausen by proxy, a.k.a. Jordan Hudson. Julio O'Reilly says care.com. Also very possible. Maybe Bill Belichick hired a cleaning lady. I think they do cleaning ladies on care.com. I don't even know. Does he even have his own kids? Where's his family? Gogella, what up? He used to babysit her. Still does, girl. Used to. It's still happening. Plain clothes police. He was buying Preparation H flushable wipes. She was buying Plan B meds at the local CVS. That's a really cute meet cute. That's the opening scene of a rom-com. I'm going to tell you right now, judging by Bill Belichick's pupils and his skin tone, this is not a romantic comedy. This is a thriller. This is a psychological thriller. Plainclothes Police says at a Fanagram concert. I don't think Bill Belichick listens to Fantagram. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that. Jordan may, but I don't know if we want her to be a part of the fan club. She's not a part of the fan club. Deza Augustinson says the coach and the cheerleader met at a Patriots game and the rest is her history. Stay awesome. Now that might be the fact. That might be the one fact. I could see that. The coach, because she was a cheerleader, I think that's maybe how they met. All these other ones are a lot more fun. I'm going to end on my favorite one. Marty Caproni, one of my besties from the Resties, says she was his estate planner. She's planning something, Marty. Okay? We both know she's planning something, and it ain't good. Let me tell you what it's not. A soup without poison. I'm surprised Bill Belichick's still alive. Someone needs to check on Bill Belichick. My favorite one from Blakey Sherm's 5465, a Scholastic Books Fair at his kid's school. Just brought back such thick memories for me. Really thick memories. Which is also the gaze that Bill Belichick has, a very thick gaze of someone help me. Have you ever seen like a woman in a store that looks like him? I've seen women like this before in the past, like legitimately battered women who are like, help me get away from this person. I could be wrong, and if I am, I won't feel bad because I'm saying I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that maybe he's just having a rough day and this is just his normal grump. But I doubt it. I think he's dealing with an unhinged woman, and there are unhinged women in this place, in this world. I know it for a fact. Not that I am one. I just have seen some very close men in my life deal with some very unhinged women. And look, hey, That's the balance of it all, right? Because women, we have to deal with you guys trying to snatch us up from the streets and put stuff in our orifices that we don't want put in there. I'm not saying this is the balance to it and this is the way it should be. All I'm saying is there are some unhinged women, and this woman does not look like she has it all together. She looks so mad during the interview. Girl, why are you mad? I doubt you have to work. It's never enough. Does she even work? Let me stop. I could be wrong. You know what I was wrong about? We're going to switch gears. I don't think on a couple episodes when we had a recap from the Moon Tower Comedy Festival that I was at, I don't think I properly described to you just how much brisket I bought when I was in Moon Tower. I don't think that we really stressed that enough. It was 4 pounds of brisket. Debbie and I went, I wanted to take her for some barbecue, and someone recommended this very, we talked about it, Terry's Barbecue, classic place, not touristy maybe, but there's a lot of locals there, you could tell. And so we go, and it's one of these places where you stand in line, order your food, take a number, and sit down, or you get your food and you sit down. How hard is it to order food, really? I mean, you order food. You just go and you order the food. We go, and they ask you how many slices you want, and I'm in a panic. Okay, because you're being rushed along. You get to the side station, which don't rush me on the sides. Don't rush me on the sides. I'm a big sides person. Don't rush me on my mac and cheese order. Don't rush me on my coleslaw order. Don't rush me on my baked beans. Don't rush me on my potato salad. Okay, I'm going to take my time. I felt rushed, so I got one of everything. See, I'm not a person who's like, oh, I'm going to err on the side of being less indulgent. I'm like, I could die tomorrow, so I'm going to get everything. Got all the sides. Deb got a family size of mac and cheese. She's like, I didn't even know. The lady said, I didn't know how to order the mac. Deb purposefully ordered a family gallon of mac and cheese on her plate. We both looked like we were headed to death row. And then we get to the meat station, and the guy's like, how much? How much you want? How much you want? And there's all the pounds and the ounces. Look, I failed math. We've talked about this. I'm not good at math. So you're coming at me with weight measurements, and already I'm clamming up. Okay? I'm not going to make a good decision. So he says, how many slices? I said, how big are they? And he cuts a thin one, relatively thin. And I was like, oh, okay, 3, maybe 4. Now, he didn't correct me. He didn't go 3 or 4. He just went for fucking 4. And on the 4th one, it was half the goddamn cow. It was a leg. There was a hoof on that slice. Deb got the same amount. Okay, so we got meats and sides. The bill was $150. Okay, at this point, we didn't know what the math was. We weren't weighing the meats, okay? Everything's done in a goddamn sprint. It's a flash. It's a meat flash, if you will. It's a genius business model, the way they have it. They literally herd you like cattle into the brisket section and force you to take half of a cow home. So I had no idea how much meat we had. The total came out to $145. I was in a panic. I already had meat sweats. I hadn't even eaten the meat yet, okay? Had the meat sweats. Hadn't even eaten the meat. So we go and sit down, and we're eating, and we're just like, it's delicious. Okay, let me first tell you, Deb took a bite and she goes, oh, this is like butter. I was like, who? This is like butter. I said, are you in jail? Are you in jail? What do you mean this is like, and I took a bite and she wasn't wrong. It was like goddamn butter. It was delicious. And then only after we shoved by the way, I had to stop eating. I could have eaten all those sides and all the meats. I stopped myself. Only after that, when we're on our Uber ride home, I'm like, did we just pay $150 for brisket? And I can't let certain things go. I have to understand what went wrong. And I'm like, $145 for brisket? And we're both just trying to do this math. And I'm in the elevator. I'm like, I think I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them and see if they overcharged us for brisket. Okay? I go online. They did, in fact, not overcharge us for brisket. It was $35 a pound. We ordered 4 pounds of brisket. And if you want to know how much that is, I'll tell you right now, it's too goddamn much for anyone. It's too much for a family of 4. It's too much for a werewolf. So I just wanted to bring it back because I really don't think I told you guys just how horrendous of an order we had when we were in, gosh darn, I was going to say Tempe, Arizona, Austin, Texas. Let's do some of these Dr. P episodes before we get too deep into these ridiculous diatribes. We've got a lot of questions from the people on the dang chat. I asked the people what they wanted Dr. P to answer. Brad Galbraith, who cuts your hair? It's a really specific question. You know, I used to get my hair done in Los Angeles until after like the fourth time of it being 5+ hours and $500. And being sick of that, I said, I can't do this anymore. I had to break up with hairdressers in Los Angeles. So I go home to Syracuse. Candy does my hair. She's amazing. She's a Dago. She's a fellow Italian. So we just, she's got a Syracuse accent and she's gorgeous and she trims my hair and she colors it and I love her. And it doesn't break my bank. And I get to support Syracuse. I'm all about supporting Syracuse. Corey Flandera, Destiny or Carousel Mall? I got to take these cans off. They're bothering me today. Destiny or Carousel Mall? Are you crazy? There's no question. It's Carousel Mall all day, every day. There's a carousel in the mall. I'm not calling it Destiny. That sounds like a mega church. What is this, the Righteous Gemstones? No. God, I love Uncle Baby Billy. I really wish Uncle Baby Billy was a real person, and I'm sad that he's not. And it turns out that every role Walter Goggins plays is the best role for him. How? We don't know. I can't wait to see what this guy does. I really can't. I feel like he's come out of nowhere, but he's been around forever, and we're all just taking notice, and we're sitting back waiting patiently to see what he does. Carousel Mall all day. 71614, what's the easiest joke you can tell someone that will make them laugh no matter what? I don't know. That's a hard question. I have no idea. I'm not good on the fly with that. I think it depends on the person. You have to know somebody. There is a fun challenge to when you meet somebody for the first time and you're in like a social setting at a party or whatever. And I always do that, or I want to find where someone's humor is, where their line is. And I like to push the line a little bit when we're out hanging out with people. But I don't know if I don't have one joke I use on everybody. There's probably things I say over and over that are really annoying. I don't know. My dad would always say the most inappropriate things to people, especially women. There's no way he would have been able to survive cancel culture. He was a walking cancel culture for sure. He was definitely someone who would probably get accused of Me Tooing somebody, not physically, just with his words, which he meant completely in an endearing way. He never meant any harm. He just thought being inappropriate was funny. And here I am. Lana be my name. Still smoking the marijuana. Hey, girl, every now and then I do. I enjoy the jazz cabbage. I enjoy the psilocybin. I enjoy a red wine. I enjoy a chocolate cake. I enjoy a little bit of all of it. And I am on the path of clearing out and detoxing. But girl, look, life is lifing. I'm going to slam a glass of wine. I'm going to have some chocolate cake after it, especially if it's 3 days before my period. No one's getting seconds. I am going to have the whole cake. I will have the whole cake and the whole cake. So help you, God. It's for me, not for you. So if we're out to eat together and dessert is ordered, not for the table. Not for the table. Thank you. Lana Be My Name came back. Please be regular on Annie Wood and please come to Phoenix, Arizona. Thank you. Am I going to be in Phoenix, Arizona? I don't have any dates in Phoenix, Arizona this year. I do usually visit there once a year. I don't know why we didn't put it on the book this year. So next year. Look for me next year for sure. Blue 98855. What's your favorite Big Back snack? Is Big Back a brand? Have you ever heard of Big Back snack? I don't know what Big Back snack is. Now I feel like I need to Google this. If this is a brand, I've never heard of them. But if you're talking about snacks in general, I mean, I could go all damn day. Big Back snack. That would be a good name for a snack brand. Big Back snack. Is that anything? Let's see. Let's see what Google says. Big Back snacks. Oh, it is a thing. Big Back snacks. What is this? Big Back Snack Club. Sandwich and wings. Big Back snack pack with chicken and fries. Oh, that's a restaurant. I guess it's not. Oh, wait, there is this thing. The Big Back snack. Delicious world of Big Back snacks. Perfect for cravings, satisfying bites, exploring unique recipes and fun ideas. This would be a really genius way to do guerrilla marketing. If someone just asks me a question and then I go on the search engine of Big Back Snacks, next thing you know, I get ad targeted Big Back Snacks. Next thing you know, I get some subscription. And the next thing you know, all you listeners listening get a subscription. This is not an ad placement. I just answered a question. Now I want snacks. I've never heard of Big Back Snacks, and I've said it 400 times. Somebody owes me money is all I know. Between the 45,000 ads they shove on the beginning of this episode that I rarely see $1 for, I want some money for Big Back Snacks. So somebody please send this to the headquarters. Cindy Benavi. Can we see the picture of the lady mom in Italy? I love this moment for you. This video that I recently came out from me guesting on my friend Tanya Dahl and Cody, their podcast, Acid for Squares. They were very encouraging of dying laughing and the new direction the podcast is going in. And I told them the story about my mom when I saw her in Italy. I'm almost positive we talked about that on this episode. There's no way I experienced that and I didn't talk about it. So there is a photo. I think we might have even put it on that episode, right? I think we found a picture of my mom. We put it on that episode. If we can find it, we can sneak it in this episode this week. But yeah, if you want to know the story, you can go on my Instagram page. The clip is up. It's the Acid for Squares podcast, but you can also go to my podcast. I don't quite remember what episode it is, but there's an episode where last 2022 in the summer, I went to Italy, and I went there in June or July. And so there probably is an episode right after that of me talking about the experience. But you can see the clip on my Instagram page, so I don't have to reiterate the whole thing. I will be talking about it on Dying Laughing as well, so you can wait to hear it when it comes out on the podcast. Montero Roberts, 39. Single? Yeah. Heck yeah. I'm in my single girl era. That's why I got my bright lips on right now. Woo! That's why I'm shining and whining and feeling good. You know, there's something really momentous about being single. There's no one slowing you down. There's no one's energy you have to placate to. And I'm holding out for the hero. I'm holding out for my hero. I'm holding out for my Rip Wheeler. I'm holding out for my ride or die, my platonic life partner, my Brad Pitt. You know, and until that person arrives, I'm thriving. Solo dolo. For sure. And, you know, there's this thing happening, I think, where women, I read about it, more women are having their own kids and being single and buying their own houses in their 40s now than ever. And that's probably because I think men are just dying from the general stress of being men. I think they just die off from the stress of it. But there's something really fun about it. A little terrifying, but we're not in that generation where, you know, we're exchanging cows for women anymore. So I'm just here living my single life. So if anyone knows anybody who falls under that Rip Wheeler sort of stature and job, if there's a cowboy out there who does relatively well and won't rob me, I would consider him being my soulmate, is all I'm saying. We've got a couple other questions here. Let's see what we got cracking. Sean McCarthy, how are you? He's been around for a hot minute. Do you want call me and talk to your biggest fan? Don't you want call me and talk to your biggest fan? Sean, that's the most horrific sentence I've ever read in my life. It's horrible for the English language and for everyone else. If you're my biggest fan, don't you want to call me? You can call me 516-913. Oh wait, 513-916-0930. Give me a call. Why am I going to call you? What are you going to tell me? That you're my biggest fan? Thank you. I appreciate you. Mckenzie Marie, can I work for you virtually? I can try to help with jokes or emotional support, but I love you. What? You want to be my therapist now? I have 3 emotional support dogs and Deb. So right now I'm stacked, but thank you. If there's an opening, maybe we'll consider you. But for now, the office is stacked, mainly with critters on all 4s. Ruben Mckenzie. Ruben sends me DMs once in a while. Ruben likes to slide in the DMs. He says, what's your favorite color? You know, it depends. Probably like, if you could capture it, the colors from, you know, those the prisms when you looked in the kaleidoscope thing and you turn it and all those colors that come about? Probably those colors. This message brought to you by psilocybin. Hope you enjoy the answer. Plain Clothes Police is back. You snuck back into the chat. Tell us an embarrassing Sarah Barthel story. There's nothing embarrassing about that girl. She wears her life on her sleeve. She's one of the coolest, silliest, most fun people in my life. We laugh so hard that I definitely have to wear panty liners because I do pee a little. A little tinkle comes out of my chi-chi because we laugh so hard. She's one of the greatest human beings. I met her on a USO tour I was doing in 2018, right after my dad died. And she was there as someone's guest, and we just fell in love. We've been friends ever since. She's one of the greatest people ever. I will not embarrass her. Her and I will tell you, we went to this really horrific house party. The house was just gross. Big, clean, decorated well, expensive rugs, nice chairs, good food. And we were disgusted by all of it. How dare you? Your house is a wreck. Okay? This 8-bedroom, 4.5 bath home on the hills with a view of the mountains is fucking trash. So clean up your life. Figure it out. Quit living in a shanty. Let's see what else we have. Smells like Teen Spirit. Can we go roller skating when you come to town again? Oh my God, I want to go roller skating. Whenever it starts to get nice out, I want to go roller skating. It's all I want to do. It's how I want to live. I just asked Jaleel, are there any more hot spots? Where are we going? Are we skating? What are we doing with our lives? You know, there are the Venice skate area. There's a Venice skate area where you can go depending on the time. There's some real wheelers and dealers there. Some OGs that are spinning and doing splits, and it's very intimidating. But yeah, I would love to go skating. You know, I went in Syracuse. I just didn't like the floors. The floors were like made out of Legos. It was this weird flooring that was porous, and it was slippery. You know, you need a wood floor. If you're going to have a skate rink, spend the money and put a nice wood floor down so I can get down and I can skate in circles and we can form gangs. A skate gang? Woo! You haven't lived until you've been in a skate gang. For real. Blakey Sherms is back. Any chance of you inviting Judy Gemstone or any Righteous Gemstone cast member on? Probably dying laughing. That would be amazing. It would have to be Walton Goggins. Uncle Baby Billy? Please. We're adding him to the list, Deb. Put Uncle Baby Billy on the damn list. We got to get him in there. We got to get him up in the chat. I want to talk to him about what is he doing right? What's happening in his life? What can we expect from him? Can Uncle Baby Billy have a movie? See, that's where it starts to get a little tricky. You almost don't want the character to get too successful. You want him to be incubated in the nice space that they have them. So we're going to keep Uncle Baby Billy on Righteous Gemstones, but all I'm saying is I wouldn't mind watching a movie with him. Not like with him, but also with him. He seems like a nice gentleman. Let's do one more. Jay Gulata. Jay Gulata says, how's life? Life is great. Life is great, and then it's not. And then it is again, and then it isn't. It never ends. Just when you get ahead, you feel like you're behind. And once you get to the finish line, something goes wrong. And so you have to pivot. You have to take a knee. Sometimes you have to wave a white flag. Sometimes you have to reassess the situation. Sometimes you have to change what your goal and finish line even are. Maybe you're heading towards the wrong direction. And that encompasses the entirety of life. It's everything. It's the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, the difficulty, the ease, the love, the pain. All of it together is, to me, amazing and beautiful. And that's my honest outlook on life. That's my honest, annoying outlook on life. And I'm bringing all of that into Dying Laughing. And I can't wait for you guys to listen to the episodes. I know we've been talking about it for a long time, but it's going to be so much fun. And I'm so proud of it. And I'm so proud of where we're headed. And I hope you guys have a great day. Oh my God, Uncle Jesse just texted me, so I have to go. Hope you guys had a great day. Can't wait to talk to you soon. Love ya. Bye.